Toll House Cookies Pecan Turtle Delight. Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Food Experience. Today's experience, I'm going to try giving a go at some Nestle Toll House Cookies Pecan Turtle Delight in the Kalorik Maxx air fryer oven. I've never made cookies before, and if this turns out good, I'm going to come back in a little while, I don't know, probably a month or two down the road, and try making cookies from scratch. But for right now, we're going to try these pre-manufactured cookies, so let's go. First thing you absolutely want to do is preheat the Max, and the directions call out for 350, so I'm going to set it in oven mode using bake, and go ahead and change the temperature to 350. And let the preheat begin. All right, let's go ahead and open these up. I've never even seen these before, you know, and I've lived a long life. I've just never done it. So there's what we're looking at. Definitely got some nice pecans in there, and it looks like they're cut into squares. I'm also gonna go ahead and test out this silicone mat I got off of Amazon. I went ahead and cut one of them to size so it will fit inside of the baking pan that comes with the Max. One of the tips it has on the back of the package is to slightly round the corners for a rounder cookie. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and place as many as I can onto that silicone mat. I was able to fit all of the cookies onto this baking tray. What? They give you 12, not 13? What happened to the baker's dozen? Jeez. It looks like the Max has finished preheating. The bake light is now solid. It's no longer flashing. I can't stress to you enough how important a preheat is. Look at any instructions for whatever you're cooking. It always tells you to preheat the oven. The instructions call out for the center rack. I'm going to use the bake to position, see how they come out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and put them in the Max. The instructions say 13 to 14 minutes until golden brown. So I'll go ahead and readjust the time for 13 minutes and give a check after that point, maybe even a few minutes earlier. Being that I'm new to baking cookies, oopsie, I just saw the directions. It said to place the cookies 3 inches apart. I don't think I gave it that much room, so chances are we can end up with one big cookie when this is done. Really hard to say, but yeah, we'll just see how it pans out. As it's getting closer to the time of completion, I'm noticing the ones in the back have spread out a little bit more. They look a little bit more well done. And as with most anything in the Max, we know the back gets a little warmer than the front does. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate the tray and probably add a couple minutes. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, a little bit of overcrowding, you could say. But that's all right. This is just a test, and I love running tests in the Max. So I'm going to go ahead and add 2 more minutes. Also, something else to note, I'm noticing that the bottom of the cookies that are up front is a little brown, and it could be because I have the tray too low. Like I said, this is just a learning experience. I'm going to move it up a notch. Also, something to note as I'm looking at the packaging, it does say for high altitude bake at 350 degrees for 13 to 16 minutes. So a couple minutes longer than it normally calls for. And I am in the high desert here in Palmdale, California. I'm not sure if that's qualified as, you know, high altitude or not, but yeah, they're almost done. It says a minute left. I might even blast them with a little bit of air fry goodness to brown them on the top a little more, because they really don't look too brown on the top. So as soon as this cycle's over, I'll go ahead and set it for a couple more minutes on air fry mode. Okay, time's up. So yeah, it looks like they could get a little browner on top. Looks like they could cook a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it, put it on air fry. I'll leave it at 425. It don't matter really at this point. And I'll go ahead and set it for 2 minutes and hit start stop, and away it goes, and we'll be right back with you. All right, time's up. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove them. Boy, they smell so good. Oh yeah, they definitely browned on the top quite a bit. Maybe I shouldn't have let them go that full 2 minutes, but that's okay. The next instructions say to let them cool off for 2 minutes. And I'm also going to slide this silicone mat off. Hopefully I don't destroy these things. But there we go. And they are definitely looking a little bit more well done than they probably should. But that's okay. Like I said, this is all a big experiment at this point. And I also want to see if that silicone mat, does the job and things don't stick to them. Because also in the instructions, it says not to grease the cookie sheet. So I didn't grease anything. I didn't use anything on top of the mat. And hopefully they come off easily. Alright, I went ahead and took the cookies off of the silicone mat. And they came off really well. Did not stick one little bit. They just kind of slid right off. I went ahead and put a spatula underneath, and that was that. So pretty impressed, definitely. I put them all onto a plate. They've been cooling off for, I don't know, about 10 minutes now. All right, here's the one on top. Oh, that's good. There's nothing like fresh out of the oven cookies with pecans, caramel, chocolate chips. These are great. Okay, a couple things to note. Now that I know how the cookies are baking in the Kalorik Maxx and they work fine on the silicone sheet that I put in the bake pan, next time I think I will bake them on the next level up. That way I don't have to air fry them at the end. I think they would have came out perfect. Even though these are still pretty perfect, I'm not going to lie. Why I wanted to test this is because pre-made cookies are certainly a lot easier to bake rather than to get the mixer out and put all the ingredients together only to have a fail. So I wanted to make sure this was perfect, and I at least figured it out. So there you go. Nestle Toll House cookies in the Kalorik Maxx air fryer oven. If you guys like the video and you have any comments to share, please drop me a line down below. I love hearing from you guys and interacting with you guys. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I got all kinds of good things coming up. With that said, I'm going to wish you all a very stellar day. Be excellent. And most of all, remember me. I'm KJ Andio, your food experience host with the most. Y'all take care, and I'll see you next time. Laters.